Good afternoon. We're here today at Community Development for All People talking with Micky Wittkowski. Micky has a passion, has done a lot around mental health.
Mental health does not have to be rocket science. It can be some very basic skills. You learn some basic skills.
Mhm.
And that's why I am working on this mental health book, you might say. This is sort of a 10-page version so that I could afford to print it and put it out free into the community. It's called a Do-It-Yourself Mental Health Handbook, Skills and Strategies for Uplifting the Whole Community. So the first, it has different sections. The first section is noticing our feelings, choosing our thoughts, nurturing our bodies, and doing positive activities. That's the healing practice, positive activities. So then it gets a little deeper in the second section and a little deeper in the third section, which I don't think this is not included.
You mentioned earlier a column technique.
Yeah. Okay. So so what are the three things that you need to make a fire? You need some fuel, kindling, you need a spark, and you need oxygen. So this is how I teach in columns. It's based on column technique of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, but I adjusted a little bit. So my first column is fuel. What was already going on for me? Am I in pain? Is there past trauma? Am I worried about something? Childhood experiences. Physical pain is a big one. Someone looks at you wrong. So then the spark, the event that might set you off or cause you to become angry, is oftentimes, you know, something very basic, like someone looking at you wrong, or if being offensive, or there's a conflict, interpersonal conflict. And then what we have a tendency to do, we have a tendency to fan those flames. That this is the oxygen part, by saying, this is wrong. I have to change this. I have to get revenge. I have to, whatever, change. I have to get justice or make them pay or whatever. I can't let this pass. See, that's what we have a tendency to have, thoughts like that. I have to make this right,
Uh-huh.
right? We want to make it right. And so we get angry and we try to, change the other person. And what does that lead us? Well, it just leads to more anger and higher level of distress. And usually it's not productive at all. With anger, we first, we learn strategies to put out the fire, is what I call it. Okay. How can you damp that fire, that anger down? Oftentimes it's just leave the situation, go for a walk. People have good reasons why they're angry. They've got some conflicts, negativity going on. Um, do they need to set some boundaries? Let's use that anger, not just damp it down, but also use the anger energy once it's sort of a little bit damped down, in a productive way. Do I need to put a lock on my door? Do I need to walk away from this relationship altogether? Do I need to talk to this person and say, look, it upsets me when
Mm-hmm.
you do such and such?
Mm-hmm.
Use I statement communications. I mean, that's hard to do. It actually takes a lot of energy. So we can use that anger energy for that. So I use all those things in columns. So I would like people to download this, and ideally I would like to have everyone, of course, read this, share it with other people. And for instance, it talks a little bit about boundaries, different kinds of boundaries, boundaries with work, boundaries with ourselves, being more intentional about what we eat, and
Mm-hmm.
our integrity with other people. People who have read it have told me that they think it's good.